friends. Welcome to the first day of school. Today is August 12th, 2019. This morning's not been too bad. A couple of things we need to go over to make sure that tomorrow is a little bit smoother though. Parents, if you are dropping your students off in the morning, I need you to use all 3 drop-off lanes. Everybody seems to want to only use the side against the sidewalk. I need you guys using all 3. So if you see that the sidewalk one is backed up, use one of the other 2. If the one furthest from the sidewalk has nobody in it, go to that one. So I need you using all 3 drop-off lanes. Your students are not allowed to get out of their vehicles until they get on the other side of the crosswalk. So on the west side of the crosswalk, that's where they're allowed to release this, where you're allowed to release your students. So don't let them out before you get to the crosswalk. Don't let them out until after you get past the crosswalk. We really encourage our parents to drop off, not to park and walk your children up. I understand it's the first day of school and a lot of you, their first time here and don't know where to go, worried about schedules, things like that. When you park, you get stuck and it slows exiting traffic down because then you have to pull out, while I have parents who are doing drop off getting caught behind cars or blocking cars in. So if at all possible, I promise once your kids are here, we'll take care of them. We'll get them where they need to go. We'll find the location. If they don't have their schedule yet, we'll get them taken care of. So walking them up is not necessary or not allowed past the gates anyway. So it really does help to get the kids into a routine, get yourselves into a routine, and it helps the traffic pattern if you just do the drop off and go. So we again encourage you to not park and walk your children in. Student drivers, you guys know you're supposed to be backing in. I know with all the parents who were taking up your parking spots this morning that you didn't have your spots and that may have been difficult to do, but hopefully the parents will hear this and they will not take up your parking spots because parents, you were taking up my student driver spots. Student drivers, you guys know you're supposed to back in. If you are a new student driver, you may not know that, but you guys are supposed to be backing in. If you guys need to practice backing into a parking spot, you guys are more than welcome to come nights and weekends and use the parking lot to practice that. So again, student drivers, please make sure you're parking backwards. It's going to help in the afternoon when you're pulling out. If you're a new student driver, you do need to get your car tag, your car registered and get the tag for your car. You need a copy of your driver's license, insurance, registration, and the form and whatever the fee is. You can get that form and fee from the main office and get that turned in. Our officer won't be giving out tickets today for that, but he will be soon. So make sure if you're a student driver and your car's not registered and you don't have a tag, that you get that done. If you were a student driver last year, you do need to redo your registration with us. It does need to be redone every year. So last year's parking pass is not going to cut it for this year. So you need to make sure you get that redone. Parents, when you are parking and walking your kids up, I need you using the crosswalk. If you're crossing back across the lanes of traffic, not using the crosswalk, then you're teaching your children to do that when you're not around, and that's dangerous. So for safety's sake, I need students and parents walking all the way down and using the crosswalk. In the mornings, when there's so much traffic, I encourage you to walk on the grass median. So if you park in the parking lot, go over to the grass median, walk down the grass till you get to the crosswalk, and then cross there. For students whose uniforms aren't in yet, if you're able to provide proof of purchase of a uniform shirt, so your receipt, then you won't get a dress code violation. This week you're going to get warnings, but after this week it goes to detentions unless you're able to provide proof of purchase, which is your receipt. If you are waiting on your uniforms, a solid colored, grade level colored shirt is appropriate. So if you're high school, white or maroon solid polo is appropriate. If you're a middle school student, gold or gray solid polo. And so you need to have that while you're waiting on your uniforms. Guidance request forms. students and parents, if you're unhappy with your schedule, there's a problem with your schedule, you think something's wrong with your schedule, your student needs to do a guidance request form and send it to the front office, drop it off in the front office, and guidance counselors will call you down within the next week to take a look at it. If it's an issue like you don't have a math class, if it's a graduation related issue, they'll get you sooner. If it's just, I don't like this class, I wanted a different elective, then you're going to go to the bottom of the list. They prioritize the list of students they call down by the graduation requirements first. So no math class or 5 English classes or something like that is going to get called down before the I don't like art, I wanted music. So those do go to the bottom of the list. So you do need to get those filled out and submitted. Bus 2013. So let's talk about buses. Last year we had a really long wait list, and I know that was a problem. So this year I ordered 4 new buses. I ordered 2 new buses at the beginning of summer. We were supposed to have them in July. We did not get them in July. This is not the fault of the school. It was ordered early enough. The one came in last week. The other one we're still waiting on, and that's bus 2013. So until it's here, we're asking parents to carpool, make alternate arrangements, or your student has to wait, and as soon as the first bus on campus gets here, unloads, we'll send it out to pick up that route. That's going to run at about an hour or so behind. Those students are excused, but still, I mean, if you can make alternate arrangements, please try to. And then if you are a wait-listed student, I did order 2 more. In addition to the first 2, I ordered 2 more. That was more recently, so they're not going to be delivered until like October, November. So if you are a wait-listed student, those 2 new buses are for you guys. So if you guys can make alternate arrangements, and we appreciate your patience with that. This afternoon, parents, when you're doing pickup, I need you to pull in using all 3 lanes. I need you parked as close together as possible. No street parking, no parking on the circle, no parking over here on Wolverine and asking your kids to walk to you. The road patrol will be out there. They will be giving tickets for that. So you do need to come into the parent pickup. No parking and coming in to get your children. You will stop traffic that way, and you're not going to be able to get into the office anyway. So again, please pull into the parent pickup line. You'll see what the process is. As soon as you get up in the parent pickup line, they're going to start asking you for your students' names. You can text your student and have your student out there, to get into your car ready to go. If you're going to be a few minutes later, then they'll call your student over the overhead. But again, pulling up using all 3 lanes, bumper to bumper as close as possible. Stay off your phones so you're paying attention to the staff that's out there. That will help to expedite things. I think that's everything on my notes to go over with you. That looks like everything so far. So those are some of the things that we need to go over based on how this morning went. Hopefully tomorrow morning gets a little bit smoother. Again, parents, remember, you cannot go past the gates with your children. So that was a big problem this morning. I think they must have all been new parents or maybe 6th grade parents. But it is a security issue. You cannot come past the gates. So please remember that. And okay, Spartans, have a great first week. Thanks.